I'm Jaquan, back in another video, and today it is finally time to build this PC, bro. I did all my research on this PC and I kind of got, a little like stressed out, but not really stressed out. It's just a lot that I have to do when it comes to which BIOS version this motherboard even is. I know it supports 14 gen. We got the i7 14 gen. We also have the cooler. I did unboxings for every single one of those. You can watch the individual. I'm gonna try to go into detail when building this and show and explain as much as I can without burning myself out, because I really want to build this PC and get it done in the next 2 hours. At least, at the most, 2 hours. It might not take that long because I'm probably not going to update the BIOS. We're just going to throw it in there, update it later, because this motherboard has Q Flash Plus, so I can just put a USB in it, press a button, it will update the BIOS, but I don't know which version it's on. Yeah, this motherboard is very difficult with the BIOS thing. It's easy to upgrade. We're going to figure it out. So first thing we're going to do is install these 140mm fans into the NZXT H5 flow case, and then we're going to be moving on to the power supply. We're going to go to the motherboard, we're going to install the CPU, and then of course we're going to do the RAM and then installing the motherboard into the case. Then we're going to put the cooler in and then the GPU. So it should be simple, but this is not looking too simple. Hopefully we got a good view. This table is very small for this. So we're going to start off with doing the case and adding the fans, because I just want to put those in first. All right, I'll put a couple things on the ground. This cooler is so nice. Whoa, my RAM. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna use both of these RAM sticks. With DDR5, it says 2 is better than 4. So I don't know if I might just return the set. We also got our SSD, which we have right here because it came out of my PS5. I had that on my PS5 and I just barely used it. All I did was store stuff on it. At the time when I got that, it was $200. So we're gonna get our money's worth with that SSD because now they're so much cheaper versus when I bought that years ago. Let's add these fans, which are the Arctic fans I got from Amazon. I also got a mouse and keyboard that's all white, a gaming keyboard and mouse. We got the Arctic fans. I might as well just throw everything to the side. I think it had something else in there. Hopefully it didn't. I think these fans, when I opened them the first time, came with screws. All right, we are going to install these front fans. Pop the glass out. We also can take this plastic off. We might as well take it off right now, because this plastic, it sometimes can carry static, so it definitely needs to be cleaned too. Wow, that sound. I don't like that sound. It's not a good sound. I'm possible to put that. Now, we got the manual. If you haven't seen the unboxing of this, I did a cool, chill unboxing of showing off this case. Bro, just like looking up everything is so draining. There's so much to do to install on a PC. So much. On the back, you can finally take out a lot of this stuff. I think these were standoffs maybe, or I have standoffs and all these screws, zip ties, and I think some standoffs. So that's a lot in this. We'll figure out all those screws. We have this cable, which is for the motherboard. I'm guessing for the power IO, and 2 fans, or just 1 fan. This fan routes from the bottom flow fan. We have front panel IO. I guess it's another motherboard cable, and this is, I'm guessing, the USB cable. And we also have another fan cable to connect that fan. And then we'll put our PSU down there. There's like a little front piece right here, which we're gonna take out. Probably need a screwdriver for that. But yeah, we're gonna take out this little front panel and then put our fans into. There's a front plate right here. We just pulled out, which will be for the fans. I'm guessing this is the forward. This plate went that way. I guess I'll slide it this way. Or do I screw it ahead? Wait, do you screw it onto the plate or do you screw it ahead? Pretty sure. We're gonna install the fan right quick. All right, so right here, I installed the fans. I didn't tie them all the way in. These screws are very cheap because it's kind of, stripping, but it has this little exit for the ARGB and also for the fan pin. So yeah, this little piece right here that come out is really nice because, you can't really tell once it's screwed in. I'm also gonna install the other fan. We're gonna see how that looks. All right, and that's all. You see how it has like a little bit of gap at the top and the bottom because that's just how the thing is made. I did line it up perfectly, that little line. See how it goes perfect, and then right off the edge, if you had it all the way at the bottom, half the fan would be cut off, or percentage of the fan would be cut off. So I think this looked the best, to be honest, just having it in the middle. And I tightened them up tight. Hopefully that doesn't mess up anything, having them tight, but I did make sure I had them loose before I installed them all in. So let's install it to the front of the case. Wait, I think I could pull off this front piece. Okay, yeah, we can pull this off. I wonder if you have a elite upgrade thing. I'm pretty sure they do. So upgrade it to like the glass panel. I don't really think we need a glass panel, to be honest. And so I see 2 little cutouts, which we could put our fan connectors through from the bottom and the top. Now when I upgrade to the QX or XQ or whatever Corsair fans, which I have for my cooler, then I would just not even have to do this. I would just put a cable straight to the other fans in my cooler. So that would make it super easier than having all these wires. But this is temporary, so we get those because those fans are each $50 and then just an extra $150 because I would have to get the exhaust fan and the bottom. So really $200 for extra fans is not really the move right now. So we got that put in. So now we just screw in this interior panel. I'm gonna have to cable manage those cables, but did our first addition to the case, front 140 fans. Okay, the logo spins with that. You ain't gonna really see the logo with this on, so it's gonna look like that, but it's gonna glow with RGB or ARGB. Yeah, it's gonna look good, man. The white is a little different than this white, but you ain't gonna really tell when that little filter is on, but the cover is on. But the inside you can't tell at all because that back panel. This looks really good, bro. We move on to the next thing. It's time. I'm gonna add a CPU to the motherboard. For now, I want to get the hardest part out the way. I feel like this might not be the hardest part. The hardest part is probably doing all the cables. I don't know. I feel like this is all simple. It's just a lot of different tasks. Or maybe the hardest part will be doing the BIOS and software updates and installing. Even though that's easy, but like just it's gonna take the most time. I feel like I'm gonna pull out the motherboard. We also have other things in here, like the Wi-Fi 7. I was looking up what these other cables were in the manual that you have to digitally do. These are like temperature sensors and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna have to add those, and it's a sound sensor. And then this is a motherboard cable for something. I remember what this is, I just forgot. I can't remember, bro. So much stuff. And then we have, this is the G connector. This is for something else, but I forgot also. Probably like, do quick cuts and look that up. But for now, we're gonna install the CPU. This is our first ever CPU. Oh, we're gonna install the CPU and the RAM also. We take out the beautiful motherboard. Let me make sure there's no static. Touch up the metal. All right, there's no static or nothing. I don't have like a little pad that everybody has when they putting together PCs. So like, wait, should I do this on plastic or should you, well, this is the plastic it comes in, so it's okay. Beautiful motherboard. Now look at this motherboard, man. I did the unboxing of it already, but if you want to look at it one more time, I will do close-ups also. Motherboard is so nice, bro. We have like CPU fan connectors, ARGB, and everything. So I'm actually gonna look through all these and stuff like that because we have like the front panel connectors, USB that we're gonna need to plug into, our case, stuff like that. Some on the side. So I'm gonna just take a second look at all these and then we're gonna continue on. So I figured out what those other connections are. So you have the audio, HD audio, LED demo, ARGB version 2, the third connection, ARGB version 2, the first connection. Then at the top, we have ARGB version 2, the second connection, LED. I guess it's for strips maybe or something. Yeah, because it's 12 volt, SPI, front USB. This is like if you want to upgrade in the BIOS. So yeah, this is a quick flash plus, which you would put the USB in, you press this, it'll update the BIOS. We got system fan 1, 2, and 3, and also 4. So right here is kind of confusing for me, but this will be where the front panel goes in from your case. So like it will be like on the NZXT, has a front panel. And you see how it's missing one, so it would just go on this side, and in this side right here it says LED, HD, PLED, and stuff like that. I don't know how to figure out what that is. And then we have another connection up here. I think this is like for SATA drives. We have USB 2.1, which will be your front connection from your case also. And we also have this one right here, which will be another USB, which I don't know why it's not over here. They push it up here. Another fan for a pump. We have the 24-pin ATX connection. We also have the CPU connection up here, 2 8-pins, so 16 total. And then we have CPU fan, and then that's pretty much it. And we also have the RAM. This is where you put your CPU, M2, some M2 slots under here. I think it's 4 more Gen 4s, another PCIe, And yeah, we have a lot of things on this motherboard. It looks so good too, but there is a lot on this motherboard, so just making sure I know where everything is before I start plugging stuff in and installing the motherboard and putting the CPU in. So yeah. So I figured out what those other connections are. This little USB-C connection at the front, I can connect like a display to this motherboard. This is like a super spec'd out motherboard, and it also has like the extra connections for SATAs, and TPM is like security thing. There's another like, I can get like a card of a super fast drive. That's what this other port, I was trying to wonder what it was. Let's go ahead and take off this little plate right here. I just pull this little latch, pull this over, and then on the back it has some thermal pads for the SSD. And we have 4 more SSD slots under, and these are the Gen 4 SSDs. And it also has one of the 4 out of the Gen 4 SSDs, you can put a SATA SSD. And this top one is a Gen 5, but I could take this off also. So there'd be Gen 5. I put the Gen 5 at the top above where the CPU would be. Just line that up. Okay, yeah. Put that there. Okay, I got that latch back in. That was actually kind of hard. I'm not going to put my Gen 4 SSD into the Gen 5 slot because it will split the PCIe 5.0 in half, but I'm going to be using a PCIe 4.0, which is the Intel Arc, which uses 16 lanes, but it will split the lanes into 8 if I use the SSD up here. But that's if I use Gen 5. We're using Gen 4 SSD, so I'm not going to put it at the top anyways, but I will test in the future if I put Gen 4 and Gen 4 PCIe in there. I don't know. We're going to figure out like what the differences is later on in the future once we get this set up and see like if there is any performance drops. But for now, we're going to slot this, which is a Samsung 980 Pro, and I had this in my PS5 for the longest and just only store games on it. I was like, you know what, it's time to get my money's worth based off what I spent on this the first time, like I said. So this uses latches. I don't have to use like a screw or anything. Now with this part right here, I'm going to have to peel off one of these thermal pads. Yeah. So we're going to slot this in. Got the SSD in. Next, we are going to go on to putting in the CPU, the hard part. Well, not the hard part, but this is the part that kind of scares me. It kind of scares me to put this in. So we're going to throw the CPU in, and then we're going to also put the RAM in, which we have right here. Let's go ahead and put the CPU in. And bro, here we go. This is the part we've been waiting for. So we got the Intel Core i7 14 Gen. And you know what? Let me sit down in case, you know, make static electricity. Here we go, man. Put it in the CPU, the scariest part, because I don't want to mess up the pins, but I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna mess it up. We got the 14 Gen. It has like little things that we will align. And to get this to come up, I'm pretty sure I just hold this down, pull that to the side. That came up fast. Good thing I was holding this piece because yeah, that would have probably, you know, flinged everywhere. So I'm so glad I hold that. So we can see all the little pins. It looks insane. It's a lot of pins, bro. It's a lot of pins. All right, so first time I'm seeing one of those up close. And then we take this out. The CPU. Now, we're supposed to line the CPU up and put it in there without bending a pin. So we just place it in there. It's in there. Okay, I felt like I was gonna bend the pin by just dropping it there. So it's in there. Now, here we go. We pull this latch down. I'm pretty sure we just, okay, this is the scary part. Is it on there? All right, so now I guess I just push pressure. All right, and then okay, that sounded crunchy, but it's okay. It's in there properly. I'm guessing that's it. So hopefully we didn't bend a pin. I doubt we did. It just was pushing the pins towards the metal, and yeah, that's in there. We got the CPU in. This is the part I was most scared about, but we did it. We did it, bro. We did it. Now we can add the RAM. Let's go ahead and add the DDR5 RAM. I think the RAM sticks will face towards, I guess it don't really matter. Oh yeah, well, because the pins, okay. So I don't have to worry about where it'll face because there's certain pins kind of edge over to the side a little bit. Last time I installed RAM was into my iMac, and yeah, that RAM was so expensive. What it was like running at 2.60, 600 gigahertz or millihertz or whatever. And now we have our RAM sticks. They look so good. They are the Corsair white RGB DDR5, 16 gigabytes each. So that's 32 gigabytes. I probably should remove the plastic from it. But looking at the CPU installed is actually the part I was just like, man, I do not want to mess this up. I've seen so many pins, photos of pins just being bent for so long, and just so many memes of pins crunching. And yeah, bro, I was kind of scared. All right, so now I'm pretty sure the RAM would face this way. So Vengeance will face that way, I'm pretty sure. I wish it had like a little arrow to show which way it should face, but I'm guessing it faces that way. So now I have to pull these little tabs. So we should slide it in 2 and 4 because RAM always slots like that. So the second one, every other one after the second one. All right, so now I just put this in there, just give it a light. I don't want it to crunch. Oh wait, maybe I should, bro, why is it not sliding in? Wait, hold on. Okay, so it didn't go all the way in, so I had to push down a little bit and then push the tabs up. Because the tabs, I thought it was going to snap around it. Did not do that though. So yeah, we got to make sure we put these in without damaging it. Bro, why is it like this? Yeah, this motherboard just doesn't clamp in like it should. Hopefully that's all the way in. Yeah, hopefully that's all the way in. Cause yeah, so we got the DDR5 RAM in. Now I don't know if I will add the other two sticks to make it 4. They said it runs better when it's 2 sticks. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit. I might add the other ones, or I might just return these because they are $125 just for RAM. So I don't think we need all that RAM, to be honest. So now we have all of that installed. We got the CPU in. We also have the RAM in. We got the SSD in. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Once I get all this installed, I'm probably gonna take a break, get food, and then I'll probably do the OS and stuff like that. So you're gonna see like a big cut until like, you know, time later because it's already got dark outside. This is like a sound thing. I found out what this cable was. This is a SATA cable just for a SATA drive. So we're not gonna really use that at all. And these are temperature ones, and this is a sound one. And then this is the Wi-Fi, which I probably will not be using the Wi-Fi either for now, but it magnetizes to it. Now it's time to unbox the cooler because I want to put the back bracket for the cooler onto the motherboard before we slot the motherboard into the case. And this is, of course, the Corsair iCUE Link H100i RGB cooler. This is a very expensive cooler, but it's super nice and it's just the next level of fans and everything. So I will be upgrading all these fans to the new Q, I think it's X or XQ fans of this Corsair brand. Yeah, this cooler is very expensive too. So if you want to get this, none of the items in this video is a sponsor. I probably said at the beginning of the video, but just making sure you know. So we got the AMD back bracket. Should we take out the cooler now? We honestly don't have to take out the cooler. For now, we need the Intel back bracket. I'm gonna put that onto the back of the motherboard. I probably should do that before I put the RAM on. Yes, whatever, bro. Figure out how to do this with the RAM on. I probably could just take the RAM sticks off. Yeah, I might have to. Or, you know what? I could just hold it up. Yeah, just put it on there. We are going to have to take the bracket out, which I think comes with adhesives on it. So this is for the Intel 1700, 13 gen, 14 gen, 12 gen. So since we're on 14 gen, we got to use that. Also comes with some screws. These are the standoffs. We're gonna put the back bracket on, which also has some adhesive, which is 3M. It's gonna stick to the back, so we don't have to worry about that falling through. And these little holes will stick through and hold onto the back of the motherboard while we put the standoffs in. So we have to set it up for a second. Line up the bracket to the back of the motherboard. This bracket is kind of bent. It doesn't seem like it's gonna fit because it's so bent. Okay, wait, I'm gonna try putting the bottom ones in first. Then I'm gonna go for the top. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I got that situated of how that's gonna look. Now we can take this adhesive covering and so the adhesive will stick to this motherboard because this bend is 100%. Would make it so hard to put this on without the adhesive. So I'm gonna put some pressure towards it without touching. No, I don't even want to touch the other side. These little standoffs. Yeah, I'm probably definitely gonna have to put some of the standoffs through before I do that. The way this is like a little bent, the arms are pushing back some. So I'm gonna screw some of these standoffs in on the other side. So I don't have to deal with that falling in, even though it has adhesive on it. Got that standoff in. Screwing in the standoffs. So now we have that done. So we got our standoffs onto the CPU. Put our cooler on. Make sure those on nice and tight. I need like a microfiber cloth because I got fingerprints on the CPU. That should be okay, right? I don't want to have like fingerprints make it so it overheats because this is an i7. So I'm gonna use a microfiber cloth to wipe off the CPU. So I don't want like even just a little bit, even though I see fingerprints still, it should be okay. There we go. We did it. We have all the standoff on. Now, the next thing to do will be to add this to the case. So yeah, we have everything. We got the CPU in, we got the RAM sticks in, there's, of course, the standoffs and everything. The back bracket is on. It's looking so good. There's a little bit of plastic on there, but we can peel that off once we put that in the case. To the part I've been waiting for. There's a lot of things to clean up, but let's add it to the case because we have a lot of wiring we're going to add and connect to this motherboard. And that's just going to be the start before we get on to adding the GPU and everything. We can put the case and put everything in there vertically, like standing up, but honestly, I think I should just lay it down. That'd be easier. But they have like a little piece to hold the case, which is on the motherboard also. It's a little hole. So if I put this on there, it will hold it. Let's go ahead and put the motherboard into the case. So let's lay this down. pick up our beautiful white motherboard. Looks so good. I'm just gonna lay it on top. Yo, this thing is heavy. Oh no, that fan, bro. I probably should take out that fan, but it's okay though. Oh, it's not okay. It's not okay. All right, I'm about to just grab the shield. Just lay this on top. Now to put this through, I mean, it kind of fits straight through. And then, is that hole in there? Okay, I think it's holding it. Yes, perfect. If you took out the fan, it would make it easier, but you can just kind of grab it by the edge. If you have a different type of motherboard, don't have a big shield like that, then I would probably take the fan out. We have that in there. So we got to get our motherboard screws, which I'm pretty sure comes with the motherboard, and they do. And it will be the 632 5mm screws. Let's go ahead and put this on. Bro, this feels like a long journey for me. I'm kind of tired. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of tired. Like, probably look tired right now because I'm just making sure I do it right. And I'm just reading and reading and reading to make sure I get this right without messing it up. My main thing was just like trying to figure out the BIOS updating stuff. It took me a couple hours to just try to figure out if I need to or not. I am gonna upgrade the BIOS. I might as well just start it up first to see what the BIOS is before, you know, I do the easy quick flash and my BIOS is already updated or it messed something up. I don't know, bro. Well, let's just start like this. All right, we got the screw in. These screws don't magnetize. No. Let's see. There's a couple little screws I gotta plug in, screw in. So yeah, I'm gonna take time doing that. All right, so I have all the motherboard screws in, and the motherboard is 100% locked in now. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna unbox the PSU and get all the cables out because we're gonna have to make sure we get our motherboard cables organized and route those through. I probably won't show all of that because that's gonna be a lot. I probably would just show like what's gonna connect to what, like which cable is gonna connect to what. And yeah, this looks so good already, bro. When this glows with these RGB, I'm gonna change that fan and this fan also, but that's gonna be later on. So it's gonna look a little dim on those parts, but the motherboard will glow RGB and also the AIO will glow. It's gonna look so good. It's gonna look so good. We almost there. We are so close. Let's unbox the PSU now. This looks so good, bro. Just look at it to the side. It looks great. It looks great. This all white build, it's actually amazing. The GPU is gonna be black, but I wonder if I can wrap it with vinyl to make it white, and it might mess up thermal. But I might can just do like a light vinyl wrap. So we have the power cable. I did an unboxing on this already, so that's why these are open. If you haven't seen those unboxings, if you want to look detailed into it, we got some zip ties, cable management, and of course the PSU. So everything from this video we've been opening, already unboxed, and the videos on. So if y'all want to see like details into it, we have motherboard, CPU, GPU, SATA connections, PCIe, which will be GPU connectors. So these are a lot of cables. Like, look at all these cables. It's kind of overwhelming. We're gonna need the CPU cable, of course, another CPU cable. We're also gonna need, I think it's a SATA cable. So we ain't gonna need a SATA cable for now. PCIe, I don't think we need this right now. We might. We definitely need this motherboard cable, which is a 24 pin and it should be 8 pin, I think. Hopefully that's right. What is this connector? Type 4. Don't know what that is. And then this is a SATA cable. Wait, I don't think that other one was a SATA cable. Or, yeah, I don't know what this cable is. I think it's SATA. PCIe, okay. And that's another one. For now, I know for a fact we need these two. The main two I want to just get out the way, not move on too fast, but I might just take a little time to organize these and then just wire them through and then tell you which ones I'm connecting, because it's a lot of stuff they don't ever really explain when people do PC builds. This is the cable. So this is a motherboard cable. So you see how it's two. That will plug into the PSU. This part right here is the motherboard ATX cable, which plugs into the side of the motherboard where you see all those pins, 24 pin. And then the CPU cable should be two 8 pins. That's what this is. It's an 8 pin. 8 pin, and I will plug in at the top of the motherboard, and then these will plug into here. So either or, so I can plug in both here or, you know, either or. So I probably plug in both of the CPU beside each other because it says PCIe and PCIe CPU. So I'll plug in my GPU stuff into here. I think the cooler plugs into a PCIe. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. My GPU, I think it's a 8 pin and 6 pin. This is two 8 pins. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Hopefully the connector doesn't look weird to have like one little piece hanging off, or I can like reroute it or something. I don't know. But for now, let's go ahead and just route these around. Probably should plug them in here first and then just route it through the back of the motherboard. So let's go ahead and plug in the motherboard connectors. I don't like the way these cables are, but that's just how electricity cables are, man. They feel like they will just tear out and break. I wish everything was simple. We could just route everything through a USB Type-C and just plug it straight into the motherboard. But when it comes to power delivery, I guess I'm living into the future too much. So we have those two cables in. Hopefully those are all the way in. Gotta make sure, because if you don't, everything's not gonna be powered properly. And the thickness of these cables just feel like they're so fragile. Like I'm not plugging them all the way in or they're gonna mess up. Okay, so that one was not plugged all the way in. I got the click. Gotta make sure, man. Yeah, that one is the motherboard connectors. They're not plugged all the way in. So give it full pressure, and it's clicked. All right, so those are already in, man. Bro, building my first PC at 27. I could have built this way earlier in life. I probably should have built one way earlier, but I was always buying pre-builds and stuff. That's done. So the fan is at the bottom. That will output to the bottom of the H5 flow, has a vent. Now I also can plug in the CPU cables. I might as well just plug those in. Is that the right side? Okay, I think that's the wrong side. Yeah, that's the wrong side. So good thing it has like a double clip so I can know which one goes in. Okay, we got that plugged in for the first CPU, and then we'll put the other one right beside it. All right, so there we go. We have our CPU connected in. So wait, does the PCIe just use one? There's no way it's used one for my GPU. Okay, yeah, this is the, I gotta figure out which way. So I'm pretty sure this will plug into there. 8-pin if I need 6-pin. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to put this PCIe cable into my GPU, bro, because it's a little different. So I figured out which cable we need to use for the GPU, and it was, of course, this cable right here, which is the PCIe. So this will bend, this will be 8-pin, and I'll put 6-pin. I could just probably pull this down to make this flow down the cable. That's going to be for our GPU. Probably should put that closer. Now put it over here to the right side, just so I know that's GPU. And I actually could connect this other PCIe cable because I think I will have to use the other one for the cooler. Definitely gonna need a PCIe. We'll do that afterwards. So, but for now, we have those connected. It's time to put this into the case and also put the power into it. But we're not gonna add power until we add the cooler. So we're gonna put this into the case, route the wires, plug all the wires into the motherboard, and then we're gonna put the cooler in, then put the GPU in. And that will be pretty much it. We're gonna take our PSU, move these cables from the bottom. Now the fan is gonna be facing down. It'll be facing this way. So just slot this in here. There's a lot of cable management I'm gonna have to do, but it's okay though. I probably should get the shift version because this little fan that's at the bottom is kind of in the way. It's not too much in the way. And I'm going to need some hexagon screws. I think some came with the PSU. It says, yeah, 4 PSU. Also, some came with my motherboard too. So I have some extra screws just in case. Screw in the PSU so it'll be easier to not have this flimsy around while I'm trying to put the cables in there. I thought it was gonna be way harder, like just stressing myself out, thinking about like, oh man, I gotta put this together because it's so much. But I think for my first PC build, I think I'm doing good. Just did a lot of reading on stuff before I just started doing stuff, and I think that helped me out a lot. I was putting like 2 and 2 together about power management and all that stuff. My next thing, which is going to be a bigger headache, is trying to undervolt the Intel i7 14 gen just about a little bit so it keep it cool, because a lot of people saying it gets hot. Hopefully mine don't get super hot, but I'm pretty sure it will because the last i7 I had got pretty hot. But I just wanted to stay cool for, like, let's say if I was streaming for 8 hours or 5 hours, maybe even 24 hours, you know? And hopefully it stays cool. It would have been cool if I had the white PSU. That would have been really cool. The black, it looks decent. It's gonna be covered by the face plate on the other side. I wonder if I can put vinyl, like white vinyl on the PSU. But all those little triangles, it's not too bad with that little black spot. It would look great with a white one though. Maybe I'll upgrade to a white one in the future, like an 850. Oh, that's actually a good idea. I could probably do 1000 or 850 when I upgrade to the 4080 Super. And I could probably use this PSU and make another build or something. That is it. This is installed. We just keep getting one step closer. I did daisy chain or PST the front fans, so all I would have to do is plug in one ARGB into the top, and I think this is the ARGB. I'll plug that to the top of the motherboard, and I'll plug in the sys fan into the system fan port onto the side of the motherboard, so both of those fans would be controlled and ARGB. And the other 2 fans, I will route it to the bottom and plug them to just regular base fans. And the NZXT fans are 3 pins. My motherboard has 4 pins, so yes, you can plug an NZXT 3-pin into a 4-pin header on the motherboard. For the fan header, it will still work the same. I think the 4th header is also for controlling how much fan speed and stuff like that. So these NZXT fans are definitely going to be upgraded, because I don't think when they like don't have the control of fan speed, they just speed at like a certain speed. I think you can control it with the motherboard settings, but it's not like variable, I guess. Let me make sure this cable isn't too tangled up. This is for the GPU, which we could also put through the bottom of this case. This is for the ATX. So I got both of my CPU cables, which I'll have to route from here. Well, I could, oh yeah, I could probably do it this way. There's a lot of folding, and yeah, and from this way up and then put those in. I'm trying to think of an angle I would be able to do that. I probably should just route that up and show it like a little bit from my phone. I don't want to plug those in first, maybe. Yeah, because the cooler, I feel like I'm missing something. We got that So we got the GPU, we're gonna do that last. I think the cooler is it. So yeah, I can pretty much start cable managing and plug this stuff in. So that's what I'm gonna do right quick, and then yeah, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So now I'm going to put ATX cable through and also going to put the CPU cable through the top. Here's a couple problems I have. I gotta basically twist this cable around to plug into here because this clamp has to go on this side. And then also the same for this one. So if I pull these down, the clamp has to flip these around basically so the clamp goes to that side. And we also have, you know, my fan header cables and my fans. And to be honest, guys, I think I'm about to just install all of this, the cables, and I'm gonna just show you how it looks when it's finished, because at least you know now if you're gonna build your PC where things go, like the 24 pin, the 8 pin, and your fan headers and everything. I hope I explained that good enough. And like we also have like a front panel will go right here, and even though it has like two like pieces, like it's basically only gonna go on the right side of that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to install this, and the cords and the cables are very finicky and like tough. So I'm going to spend some time putting those in, and then we're going to be moving on to putting the radiator in, because bro, this is very difficult. So I'm gonna just get this out the way. I can't really show it because yeah, it's gonna take me a long time, like 20 minutes probably, or 10 minutes maybe, I don't know, we're gonna see. But yeah, we did it. We have everything installed. We got the audio. We have the fans, which will be, this is my rear fan. This is my front two fans, which I daisy chained to one cable. And this is my, you know, the low fan. And then we also put in the USB, the USB 2.1. Then this is another USB in the front, the top of it. And then also we got our ATX cable in for our motherboard. We also got an ARGB plugged in for both of our fans. I kind of tidied it up and like connected both the cables. And of course we got the CPU connection. So everything is connected. We can literally turn this on right now. We also have to install into this part right here, the CPU fan, our like I guess dud cable to plug into our CPU, because our CPU has it built in. So I think they want one so just no problems happen. And also we're gonna install the CPU cover, which is the Corsair cooler, and then we're gonna do GPU. So this was actually, I got the back cleaned up really nice. It's like decent, and I just getting those cables through and like bent over like that, like that's not moving. They are in there like serious, but I don't want to really mess this up because I got it zip tied, so it's like one cable, because this is two cables. So you see like pushing together. So yeah, this is super clean though, super clean. Got that routed all the way down. This is gonna be into the GPU. I'm gonna make sure I pull this one down so it's only gonna be like flushed back into there, so it look like this, and this one's just not there, because I'm gonna push it down back into there when it plugs into my GPU. And yeah, this is super nice, man. It's a lot of work. Let's get through it this last little bit quick. Not gonna lie, this has been a lot of work, but it's okay though. I am blessed. We're gonna keep going and put in the cooler now. I don't know why I'm so scared to put the cooler in. The CPU was kind of, it was scary, but this I feel like is the scariest. I don't know why. It just feel like because it's so expensive for just this little thing. Even though a lot of this stuff is expensive, but this right here is very, very expensive. I want to make sure I get it right. We also have iCUE link that we'll be putting at the back. It's got 3M tape. Pretty sure this, yeah, this magnetizes to the case, so we don't really need that. I got a lot of zip ties. I haven't really been using these. Oh yeah, I gotta put the thermal cables in. I'll probably just put those in at the end and just show you, because I don't know if I really need them. And sound cable. Yeah, thermal and sound. And we also got the power cable we gotta plug in. I think that's all once we get this done. Oh yeah, so this right here is a USB. So we gotta plug this USB 2.0 into the motherboard and like route it to the bottom so we can plug into this. So let's go ahead and take the plastic off. The iCUE link. Oh, kind of left some on. So now we're gonna plug in, it has a micro USB port that plugs into here, and then we'll route this part, which is a USB header, which we will plug into the motherboard, USB 2.0. Also, there's a PCIe, and I will have to plug this PCIe into the other cable. So this is an extra PCIe. So yes, the GPU only uses one PCIe 8-pin into the PSU. This is a 6-pin, so it's broken apart, and I'll be able to put that into the Corsair cooler, which requires a 6-pin PCIe. So that will go into that other PCIe slot on my PSU, because I only have one more PCIe slot. Usually they have 3 PCIe, so 6 total. I only have 4 total. So it was 2 for my CPU and then 1 for my GPU, because I guess it's the new ATX. It also came with a new PCIe cable. There's another one I have. It's a 4.0 that will plug straight into like a 4070, 4080 or whatever, like the new 8-pin connector, which I will be using with the 4080 Supra. Now this cable right here will plug into the cooler and then plug into the iCUE link, and then this cable will plug into the cooler and then plug into the fans. I'll show you what that looks like. Let's go ahead and take out all of this stuff from zip ties. I'm glad it's a white cable. Usually when I see these black cables, I was like, yo, these are white cables, so that's actually super nice. It's like a little paper on there. I'm guessing I pulled those off. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll just leave it on that for now. Oh yeah, this is the CPU fan thing, which either plugs into, I think it plugs into the cooler. Okay, let's take the cooler out. We're looking at everything about the cooler. I already unboxed this cooler. cooler. It's super nice. It looks super nice. Probably the best cooler. I wasn't going with the NZXT. NZXT, if you watching this by any chance, if y'all would have did the basic 240 cooler in the white with non-RGB, I would have bought it with the LCD display, because 180 and you have like the extra cable at the top. I mean, it's super nice, but this right here, without the extra cable that routes through the middle with the fan and stuff like that, and the RGB, this right here is what it's about. So this is the cooler, which you will see has like, this glows RGB all over, and the plate is removable, and these fans, they don't have no wires because they connect, basically like they will connect with USB-C, but it's not USB-C though. And you see all the wires coming through the cooler hoses, and bro, it's super nice. So you can remove this plate. It's a magnet type plate. I wonder if I can design this plate so it's transparent, as you can see through it. I wonder if I can like put acetone on it or something, or remove this paint and like make my own type of graphic with my vinyl machine. I'm gonna try that. I don't want to destroy this. I think this might be on here by vinyl. It feels like it. I might be able to take that off and then like customize it myself and put some on, but I will be upgrading to the LCD display. It's $100 though. I think they have it on sale for $90. That's a lot of money. I'll do that later online, but yeah, I will probably upgrade to the display. It's worth it, honestly. So you can move this around based off how we're gonna put the cooler. So now I do want to test out how we are going to put the cooler. I think it's gonna go like this. So it's gonna be this way, and then maybe they want the hoses to go under, or no, to the side. I'm gonna look at how the hoses should go, and then we're gonna put the hoses like that, but I think under will be the best because the heat will go up, or I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I'm gonna look at that and see what's the best option for that. But for now, I'm going to route these cables through the case, even though, you know, that takes a little while, just to get out of the way because I explained it the best I could. And getting this into the case, I'm kind of tired, I'm not gonna lie. I just want this done now. I'm gonna spend some time putting these through, and yeah, let's go ahead and get that. So I'm gonna plug in this plug, which is PCIe port, and also this goes into the fan controller, which I thought would go into there, but no, it actually goes in here. So this goes into the fan on the motherboard, a fan port, which is a 2-pin. Wait, is it this one? No, this one be a fan because it's 3-pin. So this 2-pin, I don't think you have to put this, but it's included, so I'm gonna just do it, bro. So yeah, it looks like this, the hub. And then also, I'm not sure which cable goes into which. Yeah, it's probably this one goes into here. Depending on which side I do, I don't know which side I'm gonna put it on, but this will plug into there. This will route through the top and plug right into the cooler. But there's two of them. Oh yeah, because one will plug into the fan on the side from the demo I seen. So in this side, I can plug something else into here and then plug it to the rear fan. And then also I'll get like a longer cable and plug it to, from there, plug it to the two front fans, and the two front fans can plug to the bottom fan when I replace that. It's gonna look nice. I'm gonna have a video on that in the future for when I replace that. But for now, let me go ahead and just install all this into the back and stuff, and then we're gonna install the cooler. I did it. I put all of this through the rear. So we have the iCUE with the PCIe into a PCIe, a single PCIe with a 6-pin, and then we have the CPU fan cable connected to the CPU fan header, and then we also have the USB 2 connected to the bottom of the motherboard header and the USB 2 header. So we have that. So now all we have to do is put the radiator in, make the iCUE link cable come all the way from either this side or this side, and then route it through here and plug it into the radiator. So that's what we're gonna do right now. And that's pretty much it. Then we put the GPU in, and then we turn it on and see what happens. All right, I'm super tired, but sorry if I feel like I skipped over some stuff. We're learning as we going on, bro. So we're gonna put the radiator in. Now, I think the best way to do it, well, the way that Corsair has it is the opposite way. The core will go that way, but I don't really want to cover the exhaust fan. I want the radiator to go more this way. So for now, I think we just place this on top of this. Well, I don't know how we do it because we have to screw these in. So wait, how would this go here? Okay, I see. We have to screw this radiator in at the top, and I'm going to remove the cover to make it easier. So I forgot about that part. So these screws came with the cooler. I think we had some motherboard screws also the same, but I'm not sure. I got 8 screws. We have the washer on there already, which we'll be putting on. Now to mount this properly, they had long screws also. I don't know. I think that's if you had like a push-pull. All right, I don't have it super tight, but I have them like tight enough. so they're not like wobbling or nothing. So I can have a little bit of movement. We have our standoff tops, which will go on top of the pieces that go to the radiator. So now this is another big part. This is where we put the radiator on top of the CPU, and it already has pre-installed thermal paste, which I'm so glad it does because I don't really feel like doing the thermal paste. But actually, before we put that on, we'll plug in the cable that will plug into, I think this will go downwards. So I probably would do this on the outside. I guess these little tabs is so you can be able to pull it, grab it. Okay, I push that one downwards, and I'll be able to route this cable through the top of the motherboard. Actually, I could put it through behind this little panel, so you won't be able to see it as much. Then going across the top of the motherboard, and then we take this cable, then we'll plug that into, actually, you know what, plug this one first. So that goes into the fan. But not too bad though. But the glass case will be here. Hopefully the glass will be able to sit, pushes the cable over just a little bit. And then for the final, place in the cooler on top of the CPU. I feel like you only can do this once. Once we remove this, we cannot touch this at all. We're gonna ruin the thermal paste. Make sure I pull up all the corners. The thermal paste is already on there. It's a whole bunch of triangles. It looks pretty good. I don't feel like there's enough thermal paste. It says it is. So now we place this on top of the cooler. Hold this down. Hopefully all of these are the right size. I think someone said online that they're different sizes. I looked at them, they don't really look different size. Like one side is longer than the other for the standoffs. I think this is good, bro. I honestly think this is good. Screw all these on, which is gonna take some time because, yeah, that is a very tight place to screw it on though. Yeah, it's gonna take some time. I don't know how tight I'm supposed to have it, but I got it tight enough to where I can't spin it no more if I do like pressure. So I guess that's tight enough. I don't wanna make it too tight and it won't be able to stay on. Now I see the cord kind of exposing. Make sure the cord is not extended too much. And we did it. We put in the cooler. This looks so good, man. This thing can rotate, take it out. So now, oh yeah, also, I didn't remove the plastic off of the heat sink. I think it's some left over. Oh no. Wait, oh yeah, it's all. Hopefully it's all the plastic off of there. And there's another one. Oh yeah, that was just covering the white part. I probably should do that first so it won't be no static or nothing. But I forgot though, I didn't really see, to be honest, till just now. And now we just plug in the iCUE link. We take the iCUE link cable, it routes through the bottom. Probably can put it through these little zip ties. Probably route it through here. We got the other cable routed through there too from the iCUE link. Route that through here. Make sure the front part closed. There's still more you can go. So I can put it through the other side or this side. You know what? I'll just put it through here. And then I can put it straight into the iCUE link. So now that is linked up. So there we go. It's magnetized onto the back and that is all set up. So all I have to do is put in the GPU and turn it on, or I could just turn it on without the GPU. It's time to finally add the final piece. All right, man, I'm kind of tired, bro. It's been over a couple hours and it's finally time to install the Intel Arc A750 GPU. I did an unboxing on this if you haven't seen. This is a really good box and just some unboxing experience. Like, look at that. It's so nice. It's so beautiful. Like, Intel, you went off on this. It's like good foam, has Let's Play on there if you haven't seen the unboxing, has Intel Arc. Thank you for choosing Intel Arc graphics. I'm glad, bro. This is my first ever GPU that's like actual physical GPU that's not, you know, pre-built or installed into a computer like a Mac or something. And it's Intel, which is crazy because I always had AMD GPUs in my gaming laptops, my Macs and everything. And AMD always got hot. So I was like, you know, and I ordered the NVIDIA 4070 Super, but I canceled it because I want to get the 4080 Super. And it just came out, I think, like a couple days ago. Pre-ordered the 4070 Super in the middle of last month when it first got pre-orders came out. And then, yeah, I canceled it because 12 gigabytes of VRAM for $600. This is 8 gigabytes of VRAM. And it's only $200, 200 and something, like 215. I should be getting 24 gigabyte on a $600 card in 2024. So I might as well just go for the 4080 Super, which is $1,000, which is only $400 more, but you get a lot more. The price range, you have to spend a lot of money for more. But we're gonna get the 4080 Super later on. But for now, we got the Intel Arc. So we gotta slot this in like that. It's all black too. I wish it was white, but it actually looks cool, like the black and white. But it doesn't have any RGB. It's silver instead because it's not an A770. But it's okay though. So we have to remove two panels off the back of this. There's like a little slide door right here. This case is so heavy now because everything is installed. NZXT has it so we have to unscrew just a little bit and then it slides over. And now you have access to the two doors, and since we slotting it, I think we're gonna have to remove these two. Okay, so based off what I've seen, I think we have to just remove those two. So let's go ahead and go on the inside. Oh, this scratches my desk. Okay, I guess I'll just take the slide plate off for now because it just came off. I didn't even unscrew it all the way. So I'm guessing just these two. All right, so we have that piece back on. We have this cover back. Now we can slot in our GPU. I think it has a cover on it. Oh yeah, it does. Has a cover on the pin. Now this is a good pin slot. Super nice. Okay, this is upside down. So the fans will be pointing down and then we just align it. This is kind of in the way. Now I gotta put this, oh, this tray. Okay, there we go. Ooh, what's that noise? Bro, putting this in. Okay, there's a spot where it goes on the side of the motherboard. Trying to get that angle. Do I have to open the latch? It's already open. All right, I'm gonna try to slide this in because the way this angle is for this motherboard, it's actually pretty hard. I might just lay it down. I found out why. It's because the covers for the HDMI and the display port. So if you have those on there, take those off because they're gonna be in the way. Yeah, that's what that noise was. It was this rubber grinding against the metal plate. Now let's slide this in now. Pull this plate up. There we go. Perfect. It should be in. Felt like it was in. All right, our GPU is in. Now let me go ahead and add the screws so I make sure that's on. All right, GPU is now slotted in, bro. Next, I'm gonna plug the PSU cables in, and then I am going to put the panels back on, and then we're gonna turn it on and see what it looks like. And then next video, I'm gonna do the setup video, or I might set it up and just let you see what it's like, because yeah, the setup is gonna be a whole other thing of installing Windows and everything. I feel like that might be boring. So for now, we can install PCIe cables, which are 8-pin and then a 6-pin. So I'll just pull those two together, and then this is like a little S type of pin. First, I'm gonna plug in the 8-pin all the way in. I heard a little click. Then I'm gonna take our 6-pin and I'm gonna slice this wire a little bit so it goes back down. I thought it would go down further, but it goes down some, so we can't see it. I actually can pull it down. Can I pull it down even more? Okay, no, I can't do that because it's still connected to that wire. But I mean, we can kind of hide it behind the other wire, and we can just put it in the 6-pin. Okay, I felt the little clamp going, making sure that's all the way in. I can probably zip tie together this, or I can just kind of sit, but a zip tie will help. And I can probably pull it in some more, put it down. But I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna just put like a little zip tie or something right here. You can't see the extra PCIe pin connector. And bro, this looks nice. There we go. We have done it. This is my first PC build, bro. So cool, man. I'm so tired, bro, but it's worth it. It's worth it, bro. Hours and hours and hours. Research and everything. Oh yeah, this is the back. If you wanna know what the back looks like, everything plugged in. This is my cable management. Could be better, but I didn't want to put zip ties on everything until I like, you know, make sure everything is in the right spot. But this is pretty good enough though. I'm gonna zip tie some of this. I already got some of these, but that's like the front fans, side fans, but those gonna be changed, so I don't want to tie all those down. I'm gonna change my fan soon. None of these wires will be here, those white wires, because I'm have a new rear fan and 2 fronts in this one, and they will all connect through inside the case from one single cable and then connect into this. So let's go ahead and put the panels on and turn it on. Let's see what happens. Should we put the front cover on, or should we just leave it exposed? Honestly, I just want to put everything on, man. Boy, I think I heard something like, don't put everything on when you first fire it up or something. I don't know, let's find out though. Here we go. I went ahead and put all the panels back on. Is what it looks like. So good. Now, here we go. We are going to turn on this beautiful case. And let's see what this thing looks like. Bro, I'm so ready. Let me plug this in. All right, I have that plugged in. I'm gonna plug in PSU. All right, I'm kind of scared. I'm literally kind of scared. It's plugged in, it's powered. Now, I'm gonna just let it sit for a little bit. Let the PSU, you know, warm up some. Because, you know, about to turn this on for the first time and witness greatness. Okay, so pretty sure I just turn switch on to give it some power. I'm gonna just let it load up for a little bit, just in case. We had the A750 sitting in there nice. Make sure all the PCIe connections are in. They are in. Now, should I turn the lights off? This one is just blaring light. Okay, here we go. First turn on, please God, please let it start up. Thank you God for everything. Thank you Jesus, thank you Holy Spirit. Now please, let it start, please. And it's born. New leaves bloom. This is amazing. Oh my. Oh my, the front RGB. And then it turned off. Why did it turn off? Is it too much for my PSU? Or maybe it was like, I don't know. Why did it turn off? Why is it doing that? Why is it turning off? Okay, I turned it off with the switch. I don't know why it's turned off. I'm gonna look up why it's turned off. It might be something that's not plugged all the way in, or my PSU might not be enough. Hopefully it's enough. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps turning off and snapping like that. I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, when we turn it on, it looks good. I'm gonna have to figure out why it's doing that. I'm not gonna let it keep doing that because I don't want nothing to happen bad. I did switch it off at that moment. Hopefully nothing breaks. Please, nothing breaks. And yeah, it looks really good. Now I gotta figure out the PC life and what's going on with it not continuing on. Maybe it has to do with a connection to the monitor. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out, but I kind of was like, oh no, it's cutting off right now. Or could it be the cooling of the CPU? Honestly, don't know. I'm gonna figure it out though. I don't smell nothing burning, so that's good. Because I looked online, people said their RAM sticks wasn't all the way in, then it would click and turn off. And I knew for a fact when I was installing my RAM, I didn't push them all the way in. So I took them out, pushing it back in, the pins, the clips aligned. So we're gonna see if this works. Almost forgot, before we turn the PC on, after I fix the RAM, I'm not gonna do a setup video. This was already enough, bro. But I did get a keyboard and mouse. This is like some ones I got from Amazon, just temporarily until I get better keyboard and mouse. I want like I don't know, Logitech maybe, or Corsair maybe, I don't know. I want a really good keyboard and mouse, but this one's decent. They are all white and they also are RGB, so that's good enough. And there was only like, I forgot the price of it. I think together this was $40, which is actually a good deal. I was gonna buy like the Corsair KB55, I think, keyboard. Actually, I did buy it. I returned it, but that was like a week ago. And I had got like the Harpoon mouse, and that was like $90 just for those. And it's not what I really wanted because it was black keyboard. So I was like, you know what? Might as well just get something all white just to match the theme on Amazon. And Prime delivered it in 2 days. So honestly, by the time I was holding off on building this PC, I could have built it like a week ago. I was like, you know what? I might as well just order a white keyboard and mouse. Let's see how the quality of this kind of looked like it was already opened. If it is, I'm gonna tell them it's already open, or it's just cheap like interior. Okay, this is actually a pretty nice mouse. It doesn't look used. Oh yeah, this kind of looks used. Looks peeled and it's got like little, it kind of looks used, I'm gonna be honest. So I'll just let Amazon know. Maybe they'll send me another one. This one does look used though, I'm not gonna lie. Clean mouse. It's actually got like little airflow and it glows RGB and it's all white. Pretty decent for the price. It's got side buttons. Now let's look at the keyboard. Like I said, the mouse did look used, but I'll figure it out. Maybe that's why it was on sale. I think the mouse was like $17. Good price, but it is wired. I do want wireless, but it's a nice mouse. It's better than not having a mouse at all. And I'm gonna just get like used to gaming and stuff like that on PC and the keyboard and mouse. So I do use Apple mouses for the longest, and I just, yeah. Ooh, has a nice USB-C cable included. I think this is the pulled off the keys. This keyboard is super nice for the price. I think this keyboard was like less than $30. I'm gonna leave the links to Amazon for things in this video, affiliate links, so I will get a percentage, but it's like a really small percentage. But if you want to order it through there to support, please do. Okay, this is the one I wanted. So this is the keyboard. They have like, this is not sponsored by the way, but they have plus, minus. I think I ordered the red. Yeah, I ordered the red instead of brown switches. I could have got blue switches, brown switches, but I got red, which goes straight down, and they're smooth and they're quiet, because I want to be able to have a quiet keyboard. This keyboard is super nice. Honestly, I think this is good enough for me. Like, it has play, stop, little quick functions on there, and it glows. It's RGB, so it will glow up and light up. I might order the brown switch also, and maybe blue switch, or yeah, blue switch also. Have all three. For the price of this, I can have 3 keyboards. I can also customize this, put my name on it and stuff. It's really nice. I like it. And I'm going to just test this out. I'm gonna let you all know. You're probably gonna see me streaming stuff and gaming videos and everything. I'm recording whatever with this PC. Okay, so I plugged in the display port and I also took out the RAM sticks and put them back in. That was 100% what was wrong, was the RAM was not pushed all the way in. So now the RAM is pushed all the way in. It's been on for like a minute now. The keyboard is loaded up also, and also the mouse. So yeah, I'm gonna update you on when it shows up on the monitor, because it still haven't showed up yet. The reason it wasn't showing is because I didn't have the display port plugged all the way into my monitor. We are here, so we can see everything. We got CPU fan, we got i7 14 Gen, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Got our RAM right at 4800, which I don't think XMP. Yeah, XMP is not enabled right now. It's disabled, which is good. CPU temperature is 38 degrees, which is really good. Oh man, Celsius. CPU voltage. I wonder how much total power is taking, because you know we have a 750. And we also see our SSD, PCIe 4.0, 16 lanes. Bro, we did this, man. We actually did this. Optimization. I gotta check the BIOS, and I'm gonna update the BIOS. Man, this thing looks so good. We actually did it, bro. Look at that. Looks so good, man. It looks so good. I'm just happy. I'm happy I did this, bro. I can't wait to upgrade that fan and that fan, because look at these. I might get one of those 2 basic fans for now. I mean, yeah, it depends on how much those 120s cost, because it's $50 for this one and this one. So yeah, just to get them look like this. And this one is gonna be very far, so I'll probably have to get a special cable, or it will come through there. I don't know. I figured out, or I might just, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I might temporarily get like another 2 of these. Just put it there and there because they're cheaper. But yeah, looks great, man. I'm about to figure out how to set all this up and update the BIOS, add Windows, which I can't really install a Windows media creation tool because I use a Mac. So I'm about to figure out how to put iOS on here onto a Windows, onto a USB or something. I'm gonna figure it out, but yeah. I miss when we had CD-ROMs and we can just put a Windows installation disk in there from like Windows XP and Windows 7 and stuff. But yeah, the BIOS file on USB, and as you see, we're going from F3 to F4, which was the newest one, which came out in December, and you see the other one that I had on here came out in September. So we updating the BIOS, get turned off and turned back on. Super simple to do this in the BIOS, to update the BIOS in Q Flash. I could have did it without turning the motherboard on by just pressing the button. I wanted to see what is going on, so it's better to do it this way. And then next, I'm gonna try to figure out how to get Windows on. I think I found a website to be able to do it on Mac to make a bootable drive. We're gonna see. So I used a terminal to copy over Windows 11 installation, a USB, and then I got it on there. So yeah, I made a bootable drive off Mac. It took a while, but here we are. When I booted up again, it turned off and then boot back up into this. So yeah, I'm about to set up Windows and show when it's fully done. This is how it looks, pitch black dark in the room. Looks so good. I'm just sitting in my chair, just looking at this, just illuminating and glowing the whole room. Ah, it looks so good, man. All right, and that's it. I got games installing. It is literally 7 in the morning, and everything's going great. The games are now installing. I'm downloading Valorant, because I've been wanting to play this game, and I got some other games. I'm gonna buy some more games. I got Steam also. This is the Epic Game Launcher. I also have Steam and everything, so it's good, man. We did it. We did it.